everything good that's happened to me is because of you guys. We are bonded forever.
Have you considered poisoning him? Countless times.
That's a look at the trailer for the Beanie Bubble. Yes, we're talking about Bubbles the fish, Patty the platypus, and Snort the Red Bull. If any of these names sound familiar to you, then there's a good chance you bought into the Beanie Baby craze.
All right, we recently had the chance to speak to Zach Galifianakis and Elizabeth Banks, the stars of Apple TV's latest movie, The Beanie Bubble, just before the actors' strike.
Zach, Elizabeth, thanks so much for joining us. Zach, I'm going to begin with you. You play Ty Warner, the man credited with creating Beanie Babies. How difficult of a role was this? As we know very little about him, he was very secretive.
It was a challenge because there was not a ton of interviews with this man. There's very little video on him. There's a book. But as far as getting the guy's mannerisms and all that, there was nothing really to go on. Toy makers, a lot of them come from very troubled childhoods. And I found that to be pretty fascinating. It makes sense, but I tried to carry that, and I knew a little bit of his childhood, and I think it was tumultuous and very weird. So I was surprised, or it was the fact that he had this dark childhood to me. I tried to keep that in mind every time I went to work.
And Elizabeth, there have been a couple of documentaries about the Beanie Babies and the Beanie Baby craze, but this movie takes a bit of a different approach.
I love that this was the story of the wind beneath the wings, you know? I think we're always hearing about or seeing the stories of the guy whose name is on the tag, but what about all the people behind the scenes? And I thought, what a great opportunity to tell such a rich and layered story about the people that don't get their name on the tag, that don't get the credit, that don't get the riches. You know, this is a rags to riches story for all of these characters, which is amazing to me. They all rode this wave in their own way. And I just thought it was a truly inspirational story.
Zach, what was it like working alongside Elizabeth?
What's her last name? Oh, yeah, Banks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I just texted him, where the hell are you? I'm jacking you up to these journos. You should be sending me checks. And he's like, I need to be getting some checks. I mean, come on.
All right, and Elizabeth, did you ever get into the Beanie Baby craze?
I'm a little too old for the Beanie Baby craze. I had a younger brother. He's 12 years younger than me. So he was born in 1985. So he was like the perfect age for Beanie Babies when they were sort of at their height. And I remember, you know, for him, it was a sense of FOMO, right? Like you had to have it. It wasn't about the speculation of, you know, will they make money or reselling them or trading them or any of that. It was just, if you didn't have one, you were a loser, and no kid wants to be a loser, you know?
Yeah, we know. Yeah, sure. We understand none of the Beanie Babies on set were real, but did you still end up taking a couple home with you?
I got 2 for my kids, and I have a special little bear that says Atlanta because we shot the movie in Atlanta. And so it was like a commemorative little bear for making the movie, yeah.
And who knows, maybe that little bear might be worth something someday. The Beanie Bubble now streaming on Apple TV+.